transmission grid planning continues to prove a challenging puzzle for grid operators to resolve. Hakan, what are some of the key challenges when it comes to grid planning and operations that utilities need to overcome?
I think the main challenge is to be able to take many of the operational uncertainties that we have in the power grid also already into account in the system planning, that we can actually design a system that is robust to the future. Which actually means that whatever planning tools that we are using, whatever analytics, whatever business case development that we are doing needs to be able to model all the technical details that we are actually expecting to have in future system operation. Because traditionally the system planning exercise has been something long-term where we have used very simplified models, but with all the new devices that we are getting into the system, with power electronics, with all the control capabilities and all the stability issues that bring all these devices to the table, it's not possible anymore to distinguish between planning and operational models. So at the end of the day, we need to get to better software models, to better decision-making tools that allow us to capture all these operational uncertainties in the planning in itself.
And when it comes to resolving these challenges, what are some of the key technologies that will enable them to be overcome? And do you think that they are being developed rapidly enough?
So I am coming more from the transmission side, and I'm going to more focus on that. And I think one of the major technologies that we need is the HVDC technology, and also being able to use HVDC grids. And for that, I think the converter technology, the cable technologies that are getting rapidly developed, maybe something that still is somewhat lacking, but where there's also a lot of progress is the protection of such systems. So I think there really big steps have been made. But maybe one of the key issues that is lacking a little bit is that many of these technologies are also intellectual property of many of the different producers, vendors that we have. And it will be very important for such a complex system that actually all these devices are very well interoperable. So this is now one of the biggest bottlenecks, that we don't have the means of assessing how well the interoperability is. And this is going to be a key challenge. But it's not necessarily a technology problem. I think it's more a problem on how do we deal with intellectual property rights, how do we deal with regulatory frameworks and so on.
You have quite some significant experience in international projects. What have been some of the developing innovations that you've really seen emerging in the energy sector that will be critical for ensuring critical system stability?
When it really comes to the question of stability, we will have to actually rethink many of the concepts that we have, because our electricity system is really based on this, massive big generators providing the inertia, keeping the system alive when something happens. But now with all the inverter-based generation, we are not able to predict what these things are going to do sometimes. And also we are sort of phasing out the inertia. And inertia in itself is just energy, right? This is just energy that you deploy on a very short time frame. And that also means that we are actually going to see more movement towards providing this energy on the short term. And this is most likely going to be with some solutions where we are going to deploy some storage systems, but also actually where we are going to more embed demand response into that. And I think these are going to be now the main key technologies that are actually going to support the grid in that sense.
Well, thank you so much, Hakan, for sharing your insights.
Yeah, thank you very much for the interview.
For more insights into the energy transition, make sure to join the Enlit community.